I remember in early March, sort of like late February, early March, we started hearing about this virus um, doing its thing in China, in Wuhan. There were depictions all over the media of what was happening in China. Apparently, the media was showing us pictures of people literally falling, like walking and then all of a sudden falling and then lying there sort of lifeless, and then some hazmat crew would come and do something to them, take them away and so on. um, we were seeing images of people lying in the street, and we were told those people basically had this virus. um, there were there were images of these massive trucks driving through the streets in the city, uh, blowing some kind of white cloudy material all over the buildings, all just everywhere. It was just everywhere. And we were told they are like spraying this stuff that sanitizes everything and kills all the bacteria and the germs and the viruses. Okay. And then we had, images of people being locked in their homes, locked in their apartment buildings, going so far as even welding them shut, welding the doors shut. They couldn't get out. Or I remember one, they were like wrapping a chain around the handles and locking it with a massive padlock. It was just, so things were getting crazy. Then it was like, will it reach Europe? Suddenly, Italy has it. People are dying. ICUs are packed out, especially in northern Italy, in the, what was it, the Lombard region? No, what's the northern area there of Italy?
Yeah.
Is it Lombard? Yeah,
Yeah,
Lombardy.
Lombardy.
Yeah. Um, and then we had the incredible footage, incredibly horrible footage of um, Italian military trucks driving uh, up to the crematoriums and hospitals and picking up the corpses of people who were dying from the virus, because apparently so many people were dying that the crematoriums couldn't, you know, cremate them fast enough. And so these pictures were all over the media. And then it came to Switzerland, and honestly, for the first sort of three months that this was happening, I was fully in line with what the government was saying. I was fully in line with what we were told the science was saying. I was fully in line with what the media was saying. I was fully in line with what we were told the experts were saying. Basically, I had people also in my social circle who were not buying it at that early point. They were kind of critical of it and this looks sus to me. And I was like, no, this is legit. This is science. You can't mess this. You can't mess with this. There's too many people involved, and so on. Around the third or fourth month is when things started to fall apart for me. I started to see things that I couldn't quite rationalize logically. I couldn't quite follow the science anymore. The science was jumping around too much. The experts were dodging and weaving between various statistical metrics, and it wasn't straightforward anymore, and it wasn't objective anymore for me. And from that time on, I started to actually dig. Around the third or fourth month, that's when I started to actually dig, first of all, into the PCR test. I started digging into the statistics, how the statistics were being reported, what terminology were they using, and what did that terminology mean. I started looking at bloody, medical papers and journals, stuff I'd never dream that I'd ever have to do in my life. And basically, I went from fully compliant, full compliance with what the government and the media and the task force and the experts and the science and so on, full compliance. Fast forward basically till I guess the beginning, like a year later, and I was going to demonstrations. So, and then basically I was going to demonstrations throughout the entire year of 2021. Very active in the resistance, the Widerstand, and so much changed for me when I look back at the government, the political response, the media response, the academic response, and so on. So much has changed in my view of all of these things. But I started off with full compliance, and I went. Um, I completely made a, what is that, a 360? No, is that a 360 or 180? 180. I made a complete 180 within about the space of a year. So that's my nutshell.